Good morning, students. In this lecture, we will discuss the summary of the poem All for Love, written by Lord Byron. Students, in our previous lectures, we have discussed and explained the poem All for Love, and today we are going to discuss the summary of the poem All for Love. So, let's begin with the answer to the question summary of the poem All for Love. The poet is not interested in name, fame, glory, and honor. The poet is not interested in name, fame. He doesn't want to be famous. He has no interest to be famous, to be glorious, and to be honored. He does not bother about the great names in history. He believes that the days of youth are the days of glory. The period of youth is the greatest glory in life. The poet says that he doesn't bother about the names of great people in history. According to him, the days of one's youth means when a person is young are the days of glory. The period of youth is the greatest glory in life. When a person is young, that time or that period is the greatest period of glory, according to the poet. The myrtle and ivy are the symbols of glory and honor. Both of these are the plants, and both of these plants are symbols or the signs of glory and honor. But no honor or glory is greater than youth at the age of 22. No honor or glory is greater than youth at the age of 22. So, according to the poet, only the youth age is the age of glory when a person is at the age of 22. That period is the most glorious period in a person's life. All honors of the world pale into insignificance beside the glory of youth. All honors of the world become fade, become faded into insignificance beside the glory of youth. According to Byron, garlands and crowns give no satisfaction to the old and aged, whose foreheads are covered with wrinkles of old age. According to the poet Lord Byron, the garlands of flowers and the crowns give, give no satisfaction to the old and aged, whose foreheads are covered with wrinkles of old age. According to the poet, the crowns or the garlands of made of flowers, they give no satisfaction to the people who are in their old ages. And if a person who is in his or her old age, if his or her forehead is covered with the wrinkles, then the garlands and crowns are of no use for him or her. Old people wearing garlands and crowns of honor are like dead and dry flowers full of dewdrops in the month of May. The people who are in their old age and who are wearing garlands and crowns of honor, they are like dead and dry flowers which are full of dewdrops in the month of May. So, in a person's old age, the garlands, the crowns are useless for them. Garlands of glory give no satisfaction to the grey heads that wear them. Garlands of glory. They give no satisfaction to the grey heads. Grey heads means the heads of old aged persons. So, the garlands of glory means any achievement gives no satisfaction to the people who are into their old ages. So, the poet does not bother about the garlands of glory, they have no significance for him. So, the poet doesn't bother about the garlands of glory. No doubt the poet felt flattered and pleased by praise and fame. There is no doubt, undoubtedly, the poet felt very much pleased. He feels very happy when he gets praise and fame. He liked them not for their big, bombastic, and high sounding words. The poet says that he liked these words, fame and glory, not for their big and bombastic and high sounding words. He doesn't like them because these words are very big. He liked praise and fame for another reason. He liked them because the bright eyes of his beloved could appreciate him for that reason. He liked those words, he liked these words, praise and fame, for another reason, that is because these words bring brightness into the eyes of his beloved. Fame raised him in her eyes, and she thought that he was a worthy lover. Fame raised him in her eyes, and she thought that he was a worthy lover. So, whenever the poet achieves any uh, glorious, he does any glorious deed and achieves praise, he also gets praise by his beloved because she thinks that he is a worthy lover, he can do anything great. It gave her the feeling that he was not a worthless man. For this reason, he liked fame and praise. So, because of the brightness that the fame and glory brings into the eyes of his beloved, he likes these words, praise and glory. The poet tried to win fame only for the sake of his beloved. The poet, he tries to win fame only for the sake of his beloved. He wants to be famous only for the sake of his beloved. His chief aim was to get appreciation from his beloved. He was prompted by the desire to feel that she was proud of him. Chief aim of the poet to get appreciation from his beloved is that his beloved feels proud of him. Fame gave him the greatest glory when he successfully in securing a smile, when he succeeded in securing a smiling glance from her, when he succeeds in securing a smiling glance from his beloved, then he thinks that he has achieved the greatest glory. He felt exalted and honored when her eyes started shining on finding something glorious in the achievements of his life. The poet, he feels exalted and honored when the eyes of his beloved started shining on, when she finds that the poet, her lover, has achieved something glorious. He knew that it was the light of love shining in her eyes. At that time, when there is brightness in the eyes of his beloved due to his achievements. At that time, the poet feels that it is the brightness of or the light of love that is shining in the eyes of his beloved. He regarded it as the greatest honor and glory for him. He regarded it as the greatest honor and glory for him. So, according to the poet, that moment when there is brightness or light into the eyes of the beloved, that moment is the moment of greatest honor and the greatest glory for the poet. So, according to the poet, these things are of no use and for an old aged persons, and the poet also doesn't take any interest in these things. He feels that these things are useful for him when when he is able to bring light or brightness into the eyes of his beloved due to his achievements. So this is the summary of the poem All for Love. We have discussed it, students. So tomorrow we will continue with some other topic. Thank you. Thank you very much.